Vegas. What we gon' that? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm Lil Flo Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Lil Flo Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, Flo Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club. You don't come with no baggage, y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm Lil Flo Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Lil Flo Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
Hey, what's up, gang?
Let me go secure for the game right quick.
Hey, what's up, gang?
I got it.
I think it's my fault.
For real.
What's up,
Get the
gang?
rest.
Hey, I got that check-in to go.
I'm gone.
A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce.
Good drip. Good drip.
But she love you, don't cut your.
Yeah,
Reynolds Da Vinci is white.
That's light.
Limited Louis, that's light.
Too light.
Rape in the city, that's light.
That's light.
LED, look at the lights.
Too light.
We the ones don't like.
Don't like.
But you look too light.
Too light.
Why even play with your life?
Your life.
Bank account looking like yikes.
Looking like
I went from filling out kites
That's a call.
to putting it my block. New Gucci sweater is drill.
That's drill.
Somebody give me a.
Drill.
These ain't like the cops.
Like bullets.
Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up. The big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce.
Good drip.
But she love you, don't cut your.
Yeah,
Reynolds Da Vinci is white.
That's light.
Limited Louis, that's light.
Too light.
Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights.
Too light.
We the ones don't like.
Don't like us.
But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch it turn to a singer. Get it fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Angry and friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like. Spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you shit, would've
I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Breno Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption like. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out the way. Get out.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. Hunter Henry brings it in. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Cat and 0 out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun! Watch him now, Barney.
They'll set up to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fielded at the 33. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. The Super Bowl hero, Malcolm Butler, makes a stop. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Twisting away. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 6-man. Check curls.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Trip. Gun. 0-0, Mike free.
Here we go, D. Get off the
Back 99.
He'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football.
Let's go.
I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Keep it rolling.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Easy. Keep it rolling.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Garden. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they've got a decision to make here on 4th down and 2. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Mariota. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Mariota on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Detroit, Detroit. Gun, 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 gun.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Mariota again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Back to it after the pick six. Mariota. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Second down, Mariota. He sets to fire deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play. If you were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Patriot! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught. Stills right side. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Tight end right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first down throw for Mariota. Henry's got it out on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now a second down throw for Mariota, escaping the pressure right, and his pass incomplete.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
One.
Now Mariota. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even? They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Gone!
They're going to look to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 56 yards.
Check.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Tight end's right. One's tight. Tight end's right.
Ready? 1, 8.
Check. 3 down.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Watch the shit.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Double up. He's coming, double up.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Kill.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Gallman. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
That was a statement stop right there. Now it forces the opposing head coach to answer this question. What do you do on 4th down?
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Gallman, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season, and the Vikings are going to take the lead. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
as they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, Cooks. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
No. Check. Patriot.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Leopard! Gun!
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the run.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He finds Roberts complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
4 down.
Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
One.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Mariota now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He's going to get it running right. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
4 down, check. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harmon. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Harmon. And out across midfield down to the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now back to throw to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete and give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Patriot! Hey. 4 down. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Mike Fox. Detroit! Gun!
Looking to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
It's football.
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now running right through it. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey, go down. Gun.
Mike 2. Watch 2. Watch 2.
Gun.
Rabbit. Back's mine.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Get that quarterback.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Stills the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And that one results in 35 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll set up to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ben Gideon able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep. It's caught inside the 25. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. 31 yards. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Check the backer, check the backer.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Vikings, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions,